footage and give a full review of my impressions of Red Bull Global Rallycross. Scott Speed took the W, Tanner Faust came back, get P3 after a middle race spin actually, in the hairpin. It just seemed like Volkswagen had the better pace pretty much the entire day, so they had advantage, but it was a good time. Very, very fun to watch. Alright guys, hey, I'm back. It's about 11 o'clock here on Sunday. I finally put together a majority of the footage on my computer, adding the final touches to the video that I'm eventually going to upload to YouTube about a couple of hours. I gotta say, the race actually was a lot of fun for it being only a very, very small event. Kind of reminded me a little bit of a high school football game that was about the size of the crowd, but there was surprisingly a lot of things to do. I met a couple of the drivers, got a couple of autographs. Honestly, it was a really good time. So you'll see here in a couple of seconds is some of the highlight footage that I got, so enjoy it. Alright guys, walking out here, you see just coming out of the escalator of the Stadium Armory Metro Station. You walk out of this, you're right next to the DC Armory, you see RFK Stadium. My first impression when I saw where the actual race was set up, I was very, very impressed. You walk up, and the first thing you see are a lot of different cars. Volkswagen had a lot of different vehicles set out for their brand new lineup. Straight ahead, you can see the 2017 versions of the Golf GTI, the GTI, and also the brand new all-track. You see right there, right in front of me a second ago, BF Goodrich is the tire supplier of the GRC, and actually to the right of me a moment ago, you could see the brand new Focus Ford RS. Also, right around the same area, there's a bunch of different food trucks, a bunch of different auto parts stores out there giving away free swag. There honestly was a lot to do, a lot to take in. It was honestly a good time. Now I'm kind of like walking over towards the seating area. Another cool thing I got to do was sit in a fully kit out Subaru rally car and see me kind of floating with all of the gear switch, the clutch, the pedals, and everything. Now sitting in the actual general mission seating, you can see part of a lights race. I think this is one of the heats that was set early on in the day, probably around when I first got there, around like 11 o'clock, 11:30. There's two different types of seating, preferred and general. Honestly, you had to pay another $30 for the preferred, and I didn't think it was worth it. The general mission, you got a seat right in front of where the jump was, and honestly, that worked out the best for me, and I honestly really enjoyed it. Going ahead, just seeing some more footage of the actual race. I mean, the cars are loud. I mean, from pretty much like any of the seats you got, you could see pretty much the entire track. You also could walk down to the fence and get actually really, really close up to where the actual cars were going over the jump, like right where the media guys are, the professional photographers, everything. Also down there on my left was the Marshall stand, and probably hands down my favorite part of the entire thing probably was actually going to walk around in the paddock itself. All the teams had their own area. All the areas were labeled individually with the respective drivers, so you could walk up to any of the pit stalls and you immediately knew whose car it was. All the mechanics, the engineers were actually very, very friendly guys and gals. I actually had a couple conversations, so we had a pretty quick discussion about like how they set up the car. They answered my questions. They're very, very nice, easygoing people for the most part when they weren't busy and everything. I mean, kind of see there on the left the Andretti team. They're kind of been dominant from what I understood the entire season. They were dominant again today, when obviously when Scott and Faust plays very, very well. Also, just walk around the paddock area. The cars just kind of freely roam around when they have to go onto the track, so you kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing so you didn't get by any of them. It was also kind of pretty neat. You could see some, kind of, well-known drivers. You kind of just, paid attention. I really didn't know any of the Super Lights drivers, but hey, they were nice to talk to. Oh, here's a short kind of clip where I was creeping on Tanner Faust. I saw him for a sec, and he gave me his autograph, and that was chill. Well, guys, that's that's a lot of the raw footage I had from the event. In a couple seconds, you're going to see some of my favorite actual race footage I had. So, thanks for watching. Turn your volume up for the next minute and a half and enjoy. I plan on either going to the IMSA race at VIR or the Pocono Speedway at the end of the month. So, be looking out for another video or video vlog on that. Thanks for watching, guys.
Gotta get the yellow flag out.